Bodyweight Abs 2.0 has three main goals. We're gonna master the core training basics. We're gonna burn belly fat right around here, fast at home. And we're also going to mobilize your hips and your shoulders. Now this is a progression on 1.0, so be sure to go back to that and make sure that's effortless before you move on to this. This is tough. 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 10 movements repeated twice through, okay? We start this workout with an instructional portion showing you exactly what to do, and then repeat uses, you can just scroll ahead to the follow along portion. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make your post-workout report in the comment section below, and get ready to really attack those abs. Bodyweight only. I know I'm a genius. Man, that bridge walkout, so good for the hamstrings and the glutes, keeping the hips fully extended. You walk out into full extension there, pull the toes to the shin, make sure they're not angled out. See that? We want to have them right here locked in with those toes and keep up as we bring it back. Now, how do we make this harder? We can use our basic support progression right here to here to here in order of difficulty, but we can also do this. Exhale up, full extension here, full flexion here, inhale back. Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out all the way, and then extra hard from that position, keeping those hips up. This is gonna absolutely give you the best glute hamstring workout of your life, but it's also easy on the spine, easy to recover from, and you can do it anytime, anywhere. I must be the greatest. Push-up walkout, baby. What do we got? Let's wake up the core and hip shoulder stabilizers. I can stop here, I can stop here. Ideally, we want to get out to full range of motion with the arms fully extended. Hey, get that big nose down there, Aaron boy, and then walk it all the way back, all right? Now, I can also, that's gonna be more stretch hips and hamstrings. If I want to, I can start from a bear crawl position, which is the bear walkout. That's what we're doing today. So more quad engagement also kind of helps get the ankles, knees, and hips, also feet and toes mobilized for squat prep. So, inhale out. Exhale back to bear crawl. Quads will be quaking, but still an amazing abs exercise. You gotta love the down dog. Well, this is actually the cobra, but the down dog or yoga push-up, right? We get full mobility benefits, warms us up for the push-up. Now, how do we make it harder? One option is to go one leg at a time, which is going to increase the core stability challenge. Also makes this quad and glute have to work harder to stabilize. You got to focus on this toe. You got to drive it down underground. Dig the toes into the earth, okay? I'm going to shift back, inhale through the nose into the belly. I'm going to drive that heel up to the sky. Try to get full hip extension there to maximize the stretch in the ankle, calf, and hamstring, okay? Coming forward on an exhale. Bring that knee forward, activate those hip flexors, and again, don't get here. Keep the upper back rounded. How to make it harder? Watch this. Scap push-up. All right, now, that's tough, so don't worry about the scap push-up component, just do the knee and only. If you have wrist issues, elevate the heel of the hand. If you want to increase the wrist stretch, elevate those fingers. All right, so now we're in the side plank, and what we did here is we went from the normal position with the arms in front of the face or at eye level, and then we're just gonna spin them, internally rotate the shoulders, and that's gonna allow us to do this, which is transfer side to side. I'm showing you the easy version right now, but you can even start that on the first round. Why not? It's gonna allow you to better look, like if you go too hard, see where the hips will end up being. But if I have the light loader I can warm up into, look how much distance I get from the floor for my obliques, and that's what's really happening here. We are fucking frying the obliques. Now, I can add a leg raise here, abduction, to get the lateral hip rotators. Inhale across, exhale up on the clamshell or lift. Now, we make this harder by straightening the legs, and again, straight line head through feet. I'm going to exhale away to side plank, and then one smooth move. Let that hip into full abduction. I'm gonna roll all the way back to the other side and really pull those shoulders down and back. Get that hip lift, right? Get that hip lift. Push up and ice pick the floor, and then bring it up, bring it down, and roll right back. I'm melting. And it'll make you melt too, sexually. The hollow body runner, amazing exercise for the core. Now we did the basic version last month, review X1 for those mechanics. The biggest thing to take away is we gotta have that lower back flat to the floor, okay? We want the shoulders to lift, and we wanna keep the knees tucked to the chest and create some tension in the pelvis. Why not? We're here, let's do it correctly. Squeeze in and create some activation of the pelvic girdle, and then I'm locked in. Now, here's where we start. I'm going to inhale out through the nose and try to drive. See that extension I'm trying to drive? I can even point the toes. I really want to get crazy with it. Look at my feet. I can mobilize the ankles. All right, but anyway, I'm going to exhale back and then switch sides. Extend and flex. So extend and flex, opposites. Try to pull the toes to the shin and come right back. Make it harder. Why not? And now go overhead. And now the spinal stabilization goes to a whole nother level. You're going to hate this exercise, but it's going to change your life, so you're going to do it next. I design these workouts and I forget that I actually have to do them and show them. I'm dying right now. We're back to the side plank. We're rolling side plank. Now, the key here is, right, we did the abduction to get the outer hips. Now we're going to do the inner hips or adductors or groin with the inside leg lift. So I'm going to exhale across, and then I'm going to drive this into hip flexion and push away from the ground to create that face, right? So I could be here, and I can still get some benefits, but if I'm up here, lock that out, boom. It's like a running position almost, right? But anyway, we're here, lift it. I just showed you something that's coming, didn't I? And then we get that inside leg. Again, I could add movement here and start swinging, but for now, we'll get there. Just focus on this and rock it out. So right about now, you're like, why does Uncle BJ Biscuits do this to me? Because look at me. We are dripping right now. This is the 10th movement, and by the way, you gotta do another version of it, another round of it. And I know some of you definitely got challenged in the first month, but you're like, wow, we're getting spicier, and that's what this is all about. Constant progression, but micro, so we don't overload the system, and we can do it for a long time. Here we go. We're taking that plank. You know the mechanics. Review the next one. Ice pick. Push the shoulder blades away from each other, and then I want you to don't do this like we did blocking in the past. Get wide enough to allow about hip width, so I can start doing an exhale out, inhale back, exhale out, keeping the hips and shoulders square. Same thing with the legs. Lift, exhale up, inhale down, and then we go opposite arm leg. Keeping the hips and shoulders square. Try to extend and reach out if you can. Get some hip extension into it. And back, all right? Don't tell me home workouts aren't legit. You can't say it! T push-up, works your core in all three planes of motion. Now, how do you increase the challenge on this exercise? Well, one thing, lock the feet together and squeeze the legs together. Smaller base of support, right? So more challenge from a stability standpoint, as I have to kind of roll like this. Now I can also exhale up, lift the leg, work the abductors or lateral hips. Break it down one step at a time. Really want to make this hard. Fight for it, all right? Super hard exercise, do the best you can. Be careful, you might fall back. Maybe do it on a padded mat, but again, start by breaking it down, roll over, flip the leg, reset. Plyo comes down the road, but I do want to show you guys anything's possible with enough consistency, determination, and craziness. The plank to push-up transfer smokes the abs, triceps, and shoulders, but we can do it from a lot of different options. This is the classic option, all right? We can also do it from a bear crawl position, which increases the challenge on the shoulders and the quads. I can also pike up, get a more vertical angle, which is gonna challenge the shoulders in a big way. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do a sequence of that from push-up position, and then you're gonna do it from bear crawl, go both ways, keeping the hips and shoulders square to the ground, and then you're gonna do it from pike. Why you do this to me, Uncle BJ Biscuits? One arm down dog is an advanced abs and hip mobility exercise. What we want to really focus on doing is get a nice wide base of support, dig your toes into the ground, and keep your quads as active as you can. From there, I'm going to inhale back to the nose into the belly, trying to flatten the heels to the floor. And see where I am right now. Now watch what happens when I use my lower traps to pull my shoulder blades down and kind of push away. See that? That's what I'm looking for there. Get a good stretch. You can pause for 1 or 2 seconds. So you can do a little bit of a Uncle Baby hip wiggle. Exhale back. Now, what I'd like you to do to get the most out of this is do a scat push-up. Keep the arms straight. Inhale down. Exhale up. Serratus anterior. Muscles alongside the ribs and shoulders ability to support. You want to be able to do a single arm push-up. I know you do. Advanced trainees, okay? This is where it starts, because if this is not strong and moving properly, you'll end up moving too much to the elbow and you're gonna get shoulder pain. Now, here's some modifications. One, I can use a push-up handle, a parallel, or a dumbbell. I can go with a neutral grip. This is easier on my wrist. It also puts my shoulder in neutral position and gives me a little bit of elevation for better leverage. So, especially if your calves, ankles, and hips are tight, this will be much more accessible for you. All right? Now I can also play with slant boards. Elevating the heel of the hand will allow me to, if I have wrist mobility issues, be able to do the exercise better and without wrist pain. But if I want to make it an advanced movement, I can elevate the wrist, and having 2 slant boards is nice because I can combine them. And now this is like basically gives you mutant-like wrist mobility. All right? All while stabilizing the spine. So many benefits: mobility, stability, and part of our single arm push-up progression. Do it today!
Go. Halfway. Rest. Go. Halfway. Rest. Go. Halfway. Rest. Go. Half weight. 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 Rest. Go. Halfway. 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 Rest. Go. Go. Halfway. Rest. 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 Go. Halfway. Rest.